welcome to the judges, teachers, guests, and participants of PRESIS 2023. Now, I'd like to introduce our judges today. The Chief Judge is Mr. Khairul Ikhwan Zulkifli, a certified trainer from HRD Corporation. The second judge is Ms. Shafiza binti Sharif from SMS Tuanku Aisyah Rohani. And the third judge is Ms. Mastiana Wati binti Ahmad from SMS Batu Pahat. And I, Angela Francis, from Academy Science Pendang, while the timekeepers, Nur Anis Nasrin binti Ahmad Saiful and Marisa Aisyah binti Mat Alamin, are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud, Terengganu. Now, allow me to read the rules. Each team should consist of presenters and a technical assistant. The presentation must focus on the sub-theme assigned to the team. The duration of the presentation should not be more than 10 minutes. The bell will be rung once at the 9th minute and twice at the 10th minute. A question and answer session will be conducted after each presentation. Let's hear from the first team to present, KOLEJ Islam Sultan Alam Shah. And I'm Najma, as your devoted presenters. A team from Sultan Alam Shah Islamic College will be presenting on our study, The Necessary Evil of AI Evolution, Mastermind of Farming Field Breakthrough. Well, since you asked, AI or artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligent processes by machine, especially computer systems. Some of you might start questioning, when there comes a time when AI starts to replace us, is AI bad or good? Bear in mind that AI is just a lifeless tool with no fixed purpose. Give life to it and give it a purpose, whether for the good or for the worse. And this evil side of AI exists from our own irresponsibility of misusing the AI's vast use. So, if we use the good of AI in society, it will open new opportunities of jobs and skills for us to explore, like software developers, programmers, and many more. But why did we choose agriculture? In this new era of technology, AI systems and machines are being widely used in every aspect of our life, especially farming, to enhance the efficiency of food production in vegetable farming and animals. That could also save a lot of our time and energy, like AI sensor drones, automatic tractors, and many more. Yes, exactly. And the main weakness that we want to point out today is the AI-based security system that is protecting the outside layer of the AI system, which isn't independent, grows weaker, and cannot keep up with the AI evolution. And weak AI security systems lure cybercriminals to attack the command programs, which jeopardize the farming data and machines. Also, even 52.9% of the people even agreed on this. Did you know in 2021, JBS, the world's biggest meat processing company, became a victim of a ransomware attack, even though they have the most advanced security systems in the world? But why is that? Wait, why? Yes, exactly, causing us to rely on the import of IT expertise and buying really, really expensive cybersecurity systems from other countries, which consumes billions of money and could also comes with a very big risk. So, Nadia, what is the solution to this kind of situation? Yes, taking into the consider of our sustainable development goal, which is the SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Future-based learning. Yes, we want to focus on the younger generation, starting from primary until tertiary education students in campus and school. And some of these tools that are used amongst the students and educators are like AR tools, smart tables, and even tablets. But wait a minute. How will we keep the students from misusing this opportunity? And how will we implement the passion to students in IT towards this method? And how is the current education system not enough in giving the exposure? And if we are consistent with it in the future, we are able to create an AI-based security system that can predict the future without past data examples, parallel to our sustainable development goal, which is the SDG 9. Plus, we only need to pay a worth amount of money once for a long-term use. And by this, we are able to save the agriculture from the devils that are hiding behind the scammers and the hackers' mask. Eventually, excellent and talented scholars and expertise increase in our country, whether in IT, agri-farm, or maybe both. Till we meet again. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite the audience to ask questions.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I like the idea of the big plan just now. So how are you going to make sure that the big plan can be covered throughout Malaysia, meaning covering the rural and urban schools? Mana ada, tak adalah. Okay.
Thank you for that interesting performance.
However, it needs to be well positioned and continuously be redefined. While new opportunities have emerged, there are also new challenges on the horizon. Wise moderator and timekeeper, and members of the floor. And I am Hanis Najra. Digital banks jumping on the AI bandwagon. Thank you, Naira. For your information, our research is focused on the AI implementation in banking. With that said, let's identify the pain points of the banking industry today. As you can see here, one of the problems here is the long waiting times. Not only that, it is also reported that some customer service executives cannot solve customers' problems and queries due to a lack of information. However, do not worry because we are going to show you how AI solves this problem. Ladies and gentlemen, how is AI implemented in the finance industry today? An example of it would be that more accurate data on market trends can be derived and customer behavior can be analyzed. Thus, AI will improve the efficiency and accuracy within financial institutions. As Naira has talked about digital banks earlier, let's explore the progress of digital banks in Malaysia. Bank Negara's main goal for digital banking is to serve the underserved, which are the people who do not have access to financial services such as loans because they do not have a stable income. For instance, self-employed individuals. Despite its benefits, it is sad to say that digital banking in Malaysia is moving very slowly. But why do you think that this is happening, Naira? So, will there be a future for digital banks in Malaysia? Therefore, we have set our objectives for this research, which are to ensure that job employment is still secured even with the usage of AI, as well as to provide suggestions on how to develop digital banking at a more efficient rate. Now, after all that research done, what have we found? Firstly, we learned that AI in digital banking helps in fraud detection and prevention. AI algorithms in automated anomaly detection and behavioral analysis can help the unusual active in credit risk management. In particular, self-employed individuals who are neglected access to these financial services can finally be granted them with AI-based systems that can detect their behaviors, for example, their purchase history or social media profiles. Besides, chatbots and and customer relations are also backed up by AI. To further strengthen our research, digital banks only require 22 seconds for a transaction compared to over 50 seconds for traditional banks. About 71 anyone of Well, Naira, and also members of the floor, the key to solving this problem is for banks to organize upskilling programs for existing employees in order to adapt with AI. When employees have gone through these upskilling programs, they will be placed within their new sector to execute their new line of work. Ladies and gentlemen, to overcome the slow AI development, these are our suggestions. Firstly, banks ought to attract fresh graduates to work as employees in digital banking, especially when they are skilled with AI. Banks are going to educate these graduates about digital banking regulations and give them proper training a year prior to their actual employment period. And for our final suggestion, banks should enlighten the differences between online banking and digital banking. To do this, banks should actively advertise their services and engage with their respondents to endorse it to the public. Other than that, employees in the finance sector are also worried of losing their jobs to AI. On the other hand, digital banking is moving progressively in other countries, so it is vital to ensure that Malaysian consumers have equal services for global peace and prosperity. That AI is a development. We thank you.
Now, I would like to invite the audiences to ask questions.
Thank you for the marvelous presentation. So my question is, what if in future there is actually a problem to digital banking that caused by AI itself?
Firstly, thank you very much for your question. And to answer this question, actually, when Bank Negara gave the framework license to the companies to actually gain this digital banking license, in one of the conditions that were given by Bank Negara is that the banks that want to opt for digital banking should provide an exit plan. With this exit plan, Bank Negara, once they give these banks these licenses, these banks will have a foundational phase that is from 3 to 5 years with an asset limit. So in this foundational phase, if the banks were out to experience any technical issues, they will have to fix it in that timeline, or Bank Negara will take back the license if they fail to do so. I hope that answers your question.
If I remember correctly, in your presentation, you wanted to implement AI banking in Bank Negara, correct? Even if you wanted it to implement banking in things like CIMB or Bank Islam, understand that there's an internal policy department where you actively predict the actions of the central bank. So implying that if you want big data insights, how exactly do you expect economics, a field driven by human incentive and very differing and clashing human incentives, to exactly predict the trajectory of like a central bank and by extension the economy?
Thank you for your question. As I understood your question, you said that banks like CIMB or Bank Islam have internal problems if they want to do digital banking. Actually, these 5 licenses that are granted by Bank Negara Malaysia is only for digital banking, meaning that traditional banks like Bank Islam and CIMB can do their digital banking to compete with other institutions that want to do digital banking. For instance, one of the digital banks that are going to be launched in Malaysia is the consortium between RHB and CIMB. It's the consortium between RHB and Boost. So you know that Boost is a juice branch, but it still wants to do digital banking, and it can do so with the partnership with RHB. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Now, I would like to invite the next team, Sekolah Menengah Sains Tunku Muhammad Faris Petra.
Imagine waking up one morning to find your street transformed into a river and your car floating away. Before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to the honorable adjudicators, brilliant moderator, rapporteur, and members of the floor. We are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Tunku Muhammad Faris Petra, and today we would like to bring you together with us to dive into the world of math. Ladies and gentlemen, flood contributes to significant danger in life and damage of property. Malaysia is one of those countries which experiences monsoon floods and flash floods annually. While monsoon floods occur during the northeast monsoon season, heavy rainfall during this time causes rivers to overflow, leading to widespread flooding.
In most cases, backwater level and are not. These are some examples of that happen, of that method that happen and again, there is an experience of the outside. It is group it and this is after
Well, think about it for a moment. How many times do you think Kelantan have experienced flood? Well, according to this article, Kelantan experiences flood more than 10 times a year. Yet, despite this frequency, our current alarm system seems to be falling short in its ability to warn and protect our communities. And this raises a critical question. Why is our current alarm system not working effectively? Is it because we're not using AI?
Allow me to that also just appeared convenient with the top and that's of the urgent for our good even financial loan leverage agent complicated and public and devoted effort.
Now this is time when our team, decided to explore the devastating calamity of flood, and we hope our objectives, which are to study the significant role of AI in flood mitigation and to investigate flood victims' thoughts on the usage of AI in flood mitigation, will provide possible and effective solutions to the problem.
So from our interview, during 9 up, and adopted 19,000 and
Thank you, Izzat. So, based on the questionnaires that were distributed among flood victims in Kelantan, a majority of the respondents, with a staggering number of 70%, had to be relocated to the flood evacuation center, although 60% of them told us that they stayed alert to the weather forecast. So, Izzat, how can this still be happening?
oh, very long the editing and editing of the number it also but it furthermore in the writing from you believe in the images of life that is very potential that in our project community you set
Wow, that's impressive. Now, through our extensive meta-analysis, we were astounded to know that floods had affected tens of thousands of victims annually, and this is in Kelantan only. Ladies and gentlemen, flood rates are unpredictable. Therefore, the number of victims is also unpredictable. As you can see in the slide, the seasonal wind flow patterns coupled with the topographic feature will determine the rainfall distribution over a country. And the data will also fluctuate over time. However, from the MDPI journal, we were able to study how other countries like Bangladesh, China, and the UK succeeded in reducing the number of victims even though with these consequences. As you can see, within just 1 year, the number of flood victims in Bangladesh decreased from 4 million people to 1 million people. It is truly remarkable to think that 3 million lives were spent in the year 2021 alone. You guys ought to know what is the reason behind this? Well, it is because there is AI that are being used to issue early flood warnings directly to the citizens. Well, secondly, in Japan, AI-driven weather prediction model help to forecast rainfall pattern and potential flooding. Now that we know AI have been actively used by other countries and it has proved the effectiveness of AI. Even from our questionnaire, 60% of the respondents believe that AI technology can do a great job in predicting and managing flood events. Now, from all these findings that we have extensively presented to you, we believe that the next step will be the most crucial, which is the recommendations part. Therefore, the panacea of resolution for this catastrophe will be brought forward by my partner here. In addition, we're not only looking at this matter at hand in a short-term view, but also for the unpredictable future. Therefore, the apex of our idea would be applying AI on an instant flood wall. Now that I have mentioned instant flood wall, you guys might be wondering what is an instant flood wall, right? So Izzat, where will the
If there are no questions from the audiences, I would like to call upon the judges.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My question based on your research and also based on your what you're currently doing right now. In your opinion, how much that costs for to implement this kind of method using AI for fraud mitigation? And in your opinion, is it worth it to make this kind of investment in this current economic situation in Malaysia? What is your opinion on that? Thank you.
For the instant flat wall to rise up, it should use PVC or vinyl or steel, and it costs around 40k to 120k to have 400 square meters standing on the height of the wall. And to apply AI on it, we need to times 3 of the cost. So it should be around 40k times 3, that should be 120k. And from our opinion, it is truly worth it for us to implement this, since we did interview with Mr. Tati from Department of Irrigation and Drainage of Pasimas, and he told us this is a good and innovative idea. So they even invite us to their department, their office, to give more explanation on our idea, and they asked us to propose the idea to them. And we believe that this is a good proposal.
Even if we are putting an instant flat wall, the cost, even though it will be once in a lifetime, but if we continuously go through flats over and over again, the cost would be much more higher than the cost of building a flat wall. I hope that answers your question.
Is there any more inquiries from the audience? Thank you so much.
To the audience in this room, please lower down your voice when the teams are presenting. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite the next team, SMA Negeri 1 Purworejo, Indonesia.
Do you guys know the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the pattern of education from face-to-face learning to distance learning using the reach of the internet and AI technology? The application of the positive impact of AI technology in the field of education by feedback from students' learning activities as if they were the teachers for the students. The education patterns due to the COVID-19 pandemic also saw an acceleration of digital transformation on education, progress and thinking, and development on human creativity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are standing here as representatives of SMA Negeri 1 Purworejo, Indonesia, and we will be presenting about how do students become friends with artificial intelligence. My name is Kinansyah Rehana Hayugasani. and my colleagues here, Devia Tera Ibrahim, Sophia Shifa Khairunisa, and Haidar Zaki Putra Prabowo.
As we know, AI technology has started to emerge in Indonesia and has been used in various fields as politics, economic, education, and so on. According to Kusuma Dewi 2003, artificial intelligence is the part of computer science that made machine able to do work as well as human. However, Indonesian society is not yet ready to accept this technology because Indonesian literacy level is still considered as low and cannot get eligible to existing technology. However, in this society of Industrial Revolution 5.0, we cannot let go of this technology because this is a challenge for our generation to be able to adapt. Data taken from the Kominfo Ministry of Information and Communication Indonesia, there are 4 aspects of literacy that have been increasing but also decreasing from 2021 to 2022. The total of the 4 aspects increased from 3.49 to 3.54. From the data taken from a journal published on April 2022 is the research on AI usage on the educational sector from 2010 to 2022, showing an increase during the COVID-19 pandemic. From the data taken from the chatbot, there are 7 AI applications and the most used one is the ChatGPT application. Regarding to the background, the problem that we face are first, how did the student respond to the emergence of AI technology in Indonesia? Second, what are the student perceptions on the impact of using AI for students in Indonesia? Third, what is the solution to increase Indonesian literacy potential?
This is a challenge for us in the era of Society 5.0, so that we adapt to AI technology without having to give up this technology in our lives. Therefore, our research is to provide a way to adapt with AI technology as a student, and also to demonstrate the existence of this technology. Some literature shows that AI technology enables students to analyze, understand, evaluate, communicate, empathize, and create. However, it has weakness. First, for decades, the industrial world envisioned teaching as the delivery of information in the form of instructions, meaning that teacher could eventually be replaced by computers. This kind of thinking misunderstanding the nature of teaching and learning, that is unipersonal and social activity between people. Second, artificial intelligence uses data to provide recommendation or make decisions. So, it can be inaccurate or irrelative if the data used are unrepresentative, incomplete, or comes from biased sources. Third, in addition, the use of artificial intelligence to create scientific work without paraphrasing can lead to plagiarism. The impact of this action includes giving rise of perceptions that plagiarism is a normal thing.
Researchers belong to a mixed method using the qualitative and quantitative method. The qualitative method research was taken from the distributing the questionnaire that was held for a week starting from September 1st to September 7th. This questionnaire has 8 questions, 5 open-ended questions, and 3 closed-ended questions. Using the thematic analysis, the first question takes the theme of understanding AI. The second and third question take the theme of using AI by students. Fourth and fifth question take the theme of literacy. 6, 7, and 8 discuss the positive and negative of the impact of the AI. The aim of distributing this questionnaire was to determine the literacy level of Indonesian students and how do they use AI. The number of respondents was 32 people aged between 15 to 18 years old who were in grade 1 of high school. This sample was taken from a few high schools in Japan.
This is data taken from Google Form. The first data is about the use of AI technology for students. From the data, 84.4% of respondents have ever used AI for their assignment, while 15.6% of respondents have never used AI for their assignment. The second data is about the scale of using AI technology for education. Based on the data, we can calculate that artificial intelligence it has been frequently used by students because only 13% of respondents that never use AI in education aspect. The third data is about the scale of using journal for reference in education. Based on the data, we can calculate that the literacy level of students in Indonesia is quite low because only 13% of respondents that always use journal for reference. The last data is about the impact of AI in education. Some people answer AI give positive impact. AI is very helpful and make their work easier. But some people also answer AI give negative impact. As currently many students will become lazy to literate or reading because there are much more instant answer finding tools on AI than us looking by reading existing books. data obtained from the Google form. Researchers got perspective from students regarding that, using AI for solving cognitive problems such as e-learning and looking for data or information. Artificial intelligence is the development of cognitive system that imitates human thinking and logic, such as the use of logic, problem solving, decision making, and other intelligent characteristics that are useful for everyday life. Researchers also got perspective regarding the positive and negative impact of AI. The positive impact include helping students doing their homework, and then helping teachers finding a new way of learning and making it likely to find learning material. However, there are also students that thinks that AI has negative impacts, such as making it students depend on technology and making them more lazy. From the data that researchers have collected, it can be concluded that the literacy level of students in Indonesia is quite low. The emergence of used AI. The emergence of used AI that make work easier has made students dependent on AI to completing their school assignment. In overcoming the problem, researchers create a solution in the form of using chatbot system. From the data taken from data reportal Indonesia Data Digital for 2023, the most frequently used social media in Indonesia is WhatsApp applications. Therefore, researchers use chatbot system by WhatsApp because this application is familiar by Indonesia. Chatbot is a system that could respond automatically when we send keywords. In the system, researchers will provide material by accompanied to easy access to articles and journals. Researchers developed this chatbot as a learning media that requires students to read journals so that students will read reference material entirely. This will completely broaden students' insight, not only the material they need at that time. This idea will increase the literacy level of students in Indonesia so that they will not depend on AI to completing their school assignments.
We are sincerely thank you for the attention this morning. We are from SMA Negeri 1 Purworejo signing out. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call upon the audiences to ask questions. If there are no questions from the audience, I would like to call upon the judges.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. So for the past 30 years, I think our education system, Malaysia, Indonesia, bit the same. Still have no something new added to the education system, meaning that still the same. For the past 30 years, it's still the same. So, in your opinion, by using AI, how we can improve our education system? And also, the second question, how our education need to be changed so that suitable with the era of AI? Meaning that right now, if let's say you give assignment to the student, they say you want to write an article, they can just prompt in the chat GPT and the article can be. So what do you think about that? How we can solve this problem? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. The problem of our research is the literacy level of students in Indonesia is quite low because they are dependent on AI to completing their school assignment. They use ChatGPT to looking for answer, and then they are searching or looking for answer by reading journals or books. So the aim of of our program is to increasing the literacy level of Indonesia, and they will not dependent on AI. But we will still want to become friends with AI. So we use chatbot system in WhatsApp application, and we provide journals to we provide we provide journal as a learning material and references for students.
Okay, do you think examination system is still suitable in the era of AI? Examination system, meaning that we assess student by exam. Do you think that's still suitable in the era of AI, whereby all the information you can get from the AI?
We provide journals because if students use chatbot, it's like system language. So we should compensate with journals. So in the chatbot, we provide short answers. The first short answer. So
I'm sorry, let me pardon the answer. So, yes, we think that it is suitable in this era of AI. So, in this industrial revolution of 5.0, we cannot let go of AI technology, right? So, we have to balance the education and AI. So, we use chatbot as the AI for the AI. Then we input material to the chatbot so that we could balance the usage of AI and journal at the same time.
thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Now, I would like to call upon the last school for this session, SBPI JEMPOL. All right. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, security has been one of the most sought after features in today's generation. However, with the rise of AI, could bring to its deterioration or development. Well, before we dive further into that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning I bid to honorable judges, faithful timekeepers, moderator, rapporteur, and my most beloved audience. My name is Ishra Binti Muhammad Syukur, and this is my partner, and we are from SBPI Integrasi Jempol. Our today's topic is the usage of facial recognition technology in 21st century society. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our team. Our technical assistant is Fazal Aryan, and at the back there is our rapporteur, Adam Irfan. Now, these are some of the points that we are going to elaborate for today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's pop up the big question. What is FRT? FRT stands for Facial Recognition Technology, where it could recognizes and distinguishes between human faces and all the data we uploaded on cloud. So, the problem statement of this research is the harm of individuals' right to confidentiality and the potential misuse of data. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are numerous reasons why we chose this as our focus in SDG 9. Well, while conducting this research, we have found two things. The first one, we found out that Malaysia has been using this FRT in a lot of sectors and had accepted this technology in a very positive way. Second, we have found out that FRT could help with the development of a country's security system. However, ladies and gentlemen, there are some concerns raised from this technology. We have also divided them into two sections. The first one is from privacy concerns, and the second one is from ethical concerns. Now, ladies and gentlemen, standing here in front of you, we wanted to introduce this technology to countries that have negative perceptions with this technology, and we wanted to prove that this technology could improve the public safety security. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, there are two examples of FRT being used in Malaysia. The most obvious one, the first one is we use this technology in surveillance camera, where we use it to trace and arrest criminals. Second one, right in pandemic COVID-19, where we use this technology to measure body temperature, especially in places like airports.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we will be moving on to the statistics for the usage of FRT around the world. So, upon this research, we found some interesting facts that we can see around the world. So first of all, 43 of Americans approve of facial recognition in airports. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we will dive on the connection between FRT and social media effects. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on the questionnaires we distributed, we have concluded that the respondents use this on three main apps, which is Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Well, as you can see here, that Instagram uses the most has the most users, which is from 56.7% compared to the other apps. Well, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, as we talk about technology used in social media filters, FRT is absolutely the technology used, as FRT has the ability to distinguish faces and also recognize faces in general. So to conclude that FRT and entertainment-based applications also uses the combination between computer vision, AR, and AI. AR, which stands for augmented reality. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we will see the advantages and disadvantages of the 21st century that we found upon this research. So, ladies and gentlemen, here are the advantages of the usage of FRT. So, first of all, we have more secured public safety. As mentioned before, Malaysia has already used FRT in surveillance cameras. Second of all, as for the advantages, we have increasing in job opportunities as filter creators can create more innovative and creative filters using the development of FRT itself. So for the disadvantages, we have also found some concerns upon the violation of privacy, where you can see that there is no specific law in Malaysia upon FRT itself. And for body dysmorphia, was also arise. So, what is the connection between body dysmorphia and FRT, as you can ask? So, body dysmorphia, as FRT enhances the quality of filters, it could also make the person that uses it could be dissatisfied with the actual appearance of the person.
Now, let's move on to the methodology we use to conducting this research. But before that, I will be explaining the objective of this research. Well, we conduct this research to study and analyze students along with younger and older generation of teachers about their attitudes and perceptions towards facial recognition technology and how it could affect their daily activities. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been using the MITS method, where we distributed around 120 questionnaires towards Form 4 and Form 5 students. We have also interviewed around 4 total of teachers. 2 of them are millennials and 2 of them are Generation X. So our questionnaire entails of 25 close-ended questions, where we have given them a range of strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we will see on the interview analysis that we conducted. As mentioned before, we have interviewed 4 teachers, 2 from the millennials and 2 from Gen X. So, as points that what can we conclude from this interview, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, that we can see that FRT is no longer unfamiliar, as all the respondents itself says that FRT is familiar in their daily life. Second of all, you can see that FRT eases their daily workload. And third of all, we also notice some differences between the acceptance of FRT between these two generations. While Gen X, they say that given that FRT hasn't been fully developed during their generation, they're more awkward and uncomfortable as they have to try into something new. While for millennials, they're more open and comfortable as the development of FRT itself has been fully developed during their generation. So, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we can conclude that technology itself has been improving from time to time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this could contribute in improving a country's system.
Now, let's move on to our pie charts. So, we have chosen 3 questions out of our questionnaires to create pie chart. But before we start, I would like to clarify that SD stands for strongly disagree, D is disagree, A agree, and SA is strongly agree. So the question we asked, we have divided them into 2 sections. The first one is perceptions, and the second one is attitude. So the first pie chart is a perception statement, where we ask whether there are corporate companies that are abusing data gained from FRT. Well, surprisingly, almost all of the options are almost balanced. However, more respondents are leaning more towards the disagree section. Now, for the second statement, we asked whether filters are the result of development of technology. Well, most of the respondents had agreed with this statement. And last but not least is our attitude statement, where we ask whether they are impressed with the innovation and application of facial recognition technology. And surprisingly, none of the respondents respond with the strongly disagree statement. Now, to conclude all of our findings, we have found that students, along with teachers, perceptions and attitudes towards this technology are very positive, even though there are some concerns arise regarding towards the privacy issues and ethical issues, especially in Generation X. So, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude all of the things we have presented today, we wanted to say we can see that facial recognition technology could help in building this country's security system, and it could also help in the activities of daily life. However, its development and deployment should be approached with careful consideration. We are hoping for countries that still have negative perceptions toward this technology could accept it as a technology that could help with their country's security system. Where we are also hoping for
First of all, thank you for your very interesting presentation. My question is regarding the emergence of deepfake. How does it threaten the FRT, and how do you overcome it as a cybersecurity for cybersecurity?
Well, thank you for your question. So your question is regarding about the deepfake technology, right? Alright. So to clarify, deepfake is a technology that could replicate someone else's faces on internet. So to overcome this problem, that's why we said authorities should find ways to reinforce the law on this problem from the data misuse, the misuse of data from FRT. That is our hope for authorities to take consideration to carefully approach this technology development and deployment. So that I hope that's answered your question.
Okay. Based on deepfake situation, I have additional question and also something that I want to share with you. Have you watched the latest Mission Impossible movie? The latest one, the Ghost Death Recording one. Have you watched that? Not yet. Okay. Balik ni tengok. Okay, because in that movie, okay, the FRT is easily undone by the deepfake technology, the AI technology. Okay, by using the face swap technology. And right now, if you can see, I can use my phone to do that. You didn't have to have a supercomputer right now. So how you can overcome that? Because I think in terms of FRT, this is a bit outdated kind of technology right now when it comes to the world of AI. So in your opinion, how you can overcome that problem, and what is your measure or your action on that?
So to overcome the problem regarding FRT's security, yes, it is a bit of outdated, and FRT. So we are hoping for the authorities to take considerations towards its development and deployment. For example, FRT, if it's developed into a more developing technology, so the authorities should take action towards that. If there is any problems or any data misuses about this technology, and we are also hoping for our younger generation to create a more secure technology that include this FRT, but it is even more secure. So we are hoping for younger generation